Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are fine. Today I'm going to share something really special with you, the most amazing surprise my dad ever gave me. Before I dive into this incredible story, I want you to know that this video is different from my usual content. It's more personal, more emotional, and honestly, I've been waiting for the perfect moment to share it with you all. Make sure you're comfortable, maybe grab some tissues, because this story still makes me emotional every time I think about it. Growing up, my relationship with my dad was always special, but like many parent-child relationships, we had our ups and downs. He was the traditional type, the kind who believed in conventional jobs, steady paychecks, and the usual life path. When I first told him I wanted to be a content creator, he didn't quite get it. He would give me these concerned looks and occasionally drop hints about real jobs. But despite our differences, he never stopped supporting me in his own quiet way. Looking back now, I realize he was just worried about my future, like any parent would be. Let me take you back to what seemed like just another normal day about 6 months ago. I was going through one of the toughest periods of my life. My channel wasn't growing as fast as I hoped, the algorithm wasn't favoring my content, and I was seriously questioning if I had made the right choice with my career. The bills were piling up, and the pressure to succeed was becoming overwhelming. You know those times when nothing seemed to go right. That's exactly where I was. I hadn't told many people about what I was going through, but somehow my dad could sense something wasn't quite right. That's just how dads are sometimes. They can read us like an open book. I remember the week before the surprise. I had dinner at my parents' house. Mom made her famous lasagna and we were all sitting around the table like usual. Dad was quieter than normal, but I didn't think much of it. He kept asking subtle questions about my YouTube work, what equipment I used, what I thought would make my videos better, what my dream setup would look like. Again, I didn't think anything of it. I just assumed he was finally taking an interest in understanding my work better. One morning, I woke up to a text from my dad asking me to come over to his house. He said he needed help with something, which wasn't unusual since I often helped him with technical stuff or heavy lifting. I remember dragging myself out of bed, throwing on some old clothes and driving to his place, thinking this would be just another regular day. The traffic was terrible that morning, and I almost called to reschedule. Now I'm so glad I didn't, because what happened next changed everything. When I got to his house, something felt different. The curtains were drawn and the house seemed unusually quiet. Mom wasn't there, which was strange for that time of day. As soon as I walked in, my dad was standing there with this huge smile on his face, the kind that makes his eyes crinkle at the corners. He seemed nervous but excited, which was so unlike him. He led me to the garage, and I was honestly confused because everything looked normal at first. But then he pressed a button, and what happened next completely blew my mind. The garage was transformed into this amazing workspace, exactly like the one I had always dreamed about. The transformation was incredible. The old oil-stained concrete floor was now covered with professional-grade carpet tiles. The walls, once cluttered with old tools and garden equipment, were now painted in my favorite color and decorated with sound-absorbing panels. There was a professional camera setup, not just any camera, but the exact model I had been eyeing for months. The lighting equipment was perfectly arranged, ring lights, soft boxes, and even those expensive LED panels I thought I'd never be able to afford. But it wasn't just about the filming equipment. He had set up a complete editing station with dual monitors, a gaming chair because he knew I spent long hours editing, and the latest editing software already installed. The cable management was immaculate, something I later learned he spent 3 whole days perfecting. In one corner, there was even a small coffee station because he knew I couldn't edit without my caffeine fix. Every single detail showed just how much thought he had put into it. What really got me emotional was the wall of memories he had created. He had printed and framed my first ever YouTube thumbnail, you know, that awkward, badly designed one that I'm almost embarrassed about now. Next to it was a chart showing my channel's growth with little handwritten notes marking important milestones. He had screenshots of my first 100 subscribers celebration, my first viral video, and even some of the encouraging comments from my early supporters. This wall showed me that while I thought he wasn't paying attention, he had been my biggest silent supporter all along. The most touching part wasn't even the equipment or the setup, it was the letter he had left on the desk. It was 4 pages long, written in his characteristic messy handwriting. He wrote about how proud he was of me for chasing my dreams, even when things got tough. He mentioned specific videos I had made, moments when he saw me struggling but also succeeding. He wrote about watching my videos late at night on his phone, trying to understand this new world I was part of. This man, who barely knew how to send a text message, had been watching every single one of my videos, taking notes, and planning this surprise for months. I learned later that the whole family had been in on it. My mom, my siblings, even my aunts and uncles had contributed in some way. Dad had been saving up for this for over a year, picking up extra shifts at work whenever he could. He worked weekends, canceled his fishing trips, and even sold his beloved vintage car, all without telling me. He spent countless hours learning about video equipment from my younger cousin, who's also into content creation. He joined online forums to research the best gear, watched countless YouTube videos about studio setups, imagined my dad binge watching YouTube tutorials, and spent weeks setting everything up when I wasn't around. The level of detail in his planning was incredible. He had contacted some of my YouTube friends, yes, the ones you all know from my collabs, to make sure he was getting the right gear. He even reached out to a local videographer to get advice on room acoustics and lighting placement. My dad, who had always been practical and traditional, went completely out of his comfort zone to support my modern dream. He transformed his garage, a space that had always been his sanctuary for over 20 years, into a place for me to grow my dreams. That day changed our relationship forever. It wasn't just about the physical gifts. It was about my dad showing me that he believed in me completely. In that moment, standing in that garage, surrounded by this incredible demonstration of love and support, I realized that sometimes the biggest support comes from the people who say the least. My dad hadn't just given me equipment, he had given me his complete support, understanding, and belief in my future. He showed me that it's never too late to bridge generational gaps, and that love finds ways to express itself even when we speak different languages. The impact of this surprise went beyond just me and my dad. It affected my whole approach to content creation. Knowing how much my family believed in me gave me a new sense of responsibility and purpose. Every time I walk into that studio, I'm reminded of the love and sacrifice that went into creating it. It pushes me to work harder, to create better content, and to never give up on my dreams. To all of you watching this, I want you to know something. Sometimes the people around us understand and support us more than we realize. My dad might not have understood what being a YouTuber meant at first, but he saw how much it meant to me. This surprise wasn't just about making videos. It was about a father showing his child that dreams matter, that hard work is noticed, and that support sometimes comes in ways we never expect. It taught me that love doesn't always need words. Sometimes it's shown through actions, through sacrifice, and through believing in someone, even when you don't fully understand their path. So, to my dad, who I know is watching this right now, thank you. Thank you for believing in me, for this incredible surprise, and for showing me what true support looks like. Thank you for every extra shift you worked, for every tutorial you watched, and for turning your beloved garage into my dream studio. You didn't just give me a workspace, you gave me the confidence to keep pursuing my dreams. And to everyone watching, cherish the people who believe in your dreams, even if they show it in unexpected ways. Sometimes the biggest surprises come from the most unlikely sources, and they can change our lives forever. Look around you. Maybe someone is silently supporting you right now, just waiting for the right moment to show you how much they believe in you. Tell me in the comments about a time someone surprised you with their support. Let's spread some positivity and remind each other that we're never truly alone in our journeys. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this more personal story, and hit that notification bell to stay updated with my content. Thank you all for being part of this journey with me, and I'll see you in the next video.